going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Hammers Fans TV and also to DBXL. This is our Christmas special, and we've come up with a unique concept of one from each team. So just a brief description is, from the 20 Premier League football clubs, we have to pick one player from each team to formulate a starting 11 and a substitute bench. Okay, so starting with my first player on the bench, I'm going to start with the bench. My first player is from Burnley, and he is my substitute goalkeeper, and that is Nick Pope, England international, on the bench. So yeah, I think he's a good solid choice as my backup goalkeeper. Moving on to my centre-back, the only centre-back I've got on a bench, and that is from Sheffield United, Jack O'Connell. He's a good player, and obviously they're not having the best of seasons, but yeah, he's definitely a good defender. So yeah, he's on my bench. My last defender on the bench is from Leeds United, and that is Luke Ayling. He can play fullback, centre back, and also defensive midfield. So he's very versatile. Could be my James Milner, my utility man. So yeah, Luke Ayling is my defender. Right, moving on to midfield. From West Brom, I've picked Matheus Pereira. He had a good, I think, at least one good season in the Championship. They've come up, obviously they're struggling, but on his day he's a good player. So yeah, he's on my bench. And to be honest, I was struggling with West Brom because I couldn't really think of who to pick from that team. So yeah, Matheus Pereira. Now, from Arsenal, centre midfielder, who is a very, very good player and could easily have made the starting team, that is Thomas Let's Have a Party. So yeah, he's my centre midfielder on the bench. Really good player. And like I said, he could easily make the starting team, and he's a very strong bench player. Now, the remaining four players are, I've got 3 wide players and a striker. So I'll start with the first wide player is from Fulham, and that is Ademola Lookman. Good player, good pedigree. He's obviously played in Germany as well as England. So yeah, Ademola Lookman is one of my substitutes from Fulham. The next sub is from Newcastle, and he's also a winger, but he can play sort of more infield as well. And that is, what's his name? Alan Saint-Maximin. Really good player. Like I said, he's very tricky, very direct, and very skillful. So yeah, Alan Saint-Maximin is another wide substitute for me. I go to my substitute striker, and that is a man that is in form. He's sort of found his way in the Premier League now, and also for England, and that is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So yeah, he's my substitute from Everton. He's my substitute striker. And my last striker is, like I said, is a winger. He's from Crystal Palace. You know, as soon as I say where he's from, you know who it is. He could play for probably any of the top teams on his day. He could play top teams outside of this country as well. And that is Wilfried Zaha. Skills, goals, assists, flair. So yeah, he's a very, very strong bench player, and potentially could start as well in my team. So yeah, that's my last substitute, Wilfried Zaha from Crystal Palace.
I'm starting with the goalkeeper. The substitute goalkeeper I went for was McCarthy from Southampton. Difficult choice, obviously, but I went with McCarthy from Southampton. The other subs are Rodrigo, striker from Leeds. Lamina, midfielder from Fulham. Furlong, right back, defender from West Brom. Egan, Sheffield United, central defender. Rodrigo's, Everton. We know ex-Real Madrid, that Rodrigo's. Then we go into Saint-Maxim from Newcastle, and Slop from Crystal Palace. Those are my substitutes.
Okay, so now we get into the good bit, which is my starting lineup. So, the goalkeeper. He's an international. He's been in the Premier League a long time. I would say he's not the best goalkeeper in the Premier League, but because of the concept and the format of this, you can't have everybody that you would ideally pick. So, but he's a very, especially on his day, he's a very, very, very good goalkeeper. So, from Manchester United, Spain international, my goalkeeper is David De Gea.
So, my starting 11. Here we go, starting with the goalkeeper. I've gone with Nick Pope from Burnley. Like I said earlier, it's a difficult choice. It's trying to juggle players around to get the best 11 as you possibly can. I'm sure the other pundits will have a different 11, but I've gone with Nick Pope in goal from Burnley. He's got Premier League experience. I think he's a possibly future England international goalkeeper. So yeah, he's my selection to stand between the posts.
Right back. This guy he's very good. He gets up and down. He has assists. He creates goal scoring chances. He's from Brighton. So I think you know who that is. That is Tariq Lamptey. That's my right back.
Right back. I've gone with Tariq Lamptey from Brighton. We know ex-Chelsea youth player. He's coming at Brighton. He's done very well. I'm looking for my fullbacks to be attacking fullbacks. Hence why I've gone with Lamptey. And I think he's a player that will bring a lot offensively to the team, and he's good with recovery runs and very good defensively as well. So he's my right back.
We'll go to my left back. My left back is England international. He's at a big club, and he's definitely another one that on his day is a really good left back. That is Ben Chilwell from Chelsea. That's my left back.
Player similar to himself in Arsenal's Saka. He's another attacking player. He's probably been converted as a left back / left wing back, left midfielder. I'll put him in at left back because, like I suggested, that my team will be would have attacking fullbacks. So yes, Saka comes in at the left back, and he will provide our teams with plenty of speed, plenty of skill, and obviously from the left side of the pitch. Yeah, so Saka's my left back.
My right centre back, this is a fellow international. He has got, in the last 2 or 3 games on the Premier League website, he's got man of the match. So we know Southampton is like a conveyor belt for all the top clubs, and maybe this guy might be the next one to move on. Sorry, Southampton fans. But my centre back is Yannick Vestergaard, Danish international, and a really, really good centre back.
Going on to centre backs, I've gone with my first centre back is Thiago Silva from Chelsea. He'll be my captain, by the way. He's without doubt one of the best centre backs in the Premier League, if not the world. You know, he's coming, and even at, before Christmas, which is relatively not even halfway through the season. In this difficult season with the pandemic, he's shown his quality, you know, definitely captain material. He seemed to have sorted out Chelsea, even though he did make a mistake, I think, on his debut. But he's a player of vast experience, Brazilian international, you know, it speaks for itself, doesn't it, really? Thiago Silva.
Alongside him, which I think would make a formidable back two. So if you're listening, manager, maybe that's your next move, especially with the problems you have. From Liverpool, as soon as I say that, it's obvious, it's a clear choice. He's the best defender in the Premier League and potentially in the world. So my centre-back is obviously Virgil van Dijk. So Van Dijk and Vestergaard, the 2 Vs at the back.
My player coming in to play alongside him is Willy Bolly from Wolves. Good player, I believe. Slightly underrated, I think, in my opinion. Looking through the players that were available, he's my choice to go alongside Thiago Silva.
Defensive midfield. Now I'm playing a 4-3-3. Defensive midfield. This guy I'm his biggest fan. I know he's still probably got a few doubters. Gary Neville being one of them the other day. I forgot to say this in the video. Cheeky, talking about he can't pass, and I think, but Jamie Carragher, to his credit, was sticking up for him. Gary Neville, but shut up, man, about can't pass, and when this guy can ping 80-yard pass with his left foot and all that. So Gary Neville, Please don't talk bad on this guy's name. Anyway, plays for West Ham, defensive midfield. Very, very, very good player. Nice guy, funny guy. And that is Declan Rice. To me, as a defensive midfielder in the Premier League, even if we didn't have these limitations of one from each team, he would still be my defensive midfielder. Obviously, it's West Ham. I can only pick one player from West Ham, and he's the guy. So Declan Rice is my defensive midfielder.
Leicester's Fofana, I think his name is just coming to Leicester. I think West Ham are interested in him as well. In midfield, I've gone with Declan Rice. It'd be a three-man midfield. I've gone with Declan Rice as a holding player. As a West Ham man myself, yeah, he's a player of immense quality. We all know what he can do.
Now, playing just in front of him, as the other two centre midfielders, we'll start with the first guy is from Aston Villa. And once again, it's the obvious choice once I name the club. And that is Jack Grealish. You know what? He's annoying in regards to his dive and the theatrics and that. But for natural ability and what he would bring to a team, I rate him. I do rate him. I do. He's kind of grown on me as well. And he had to impress the England sort of coaching staff, and he got his chance and he took his chance, which is what you have to do in football sometimes. Listen, once you get that chance that you might not get, you better take it, and he's taking it with both hands. So credit to Jack Grealish, and he said Jack Wilshere. Jack Grealish, he dived against West Ham a lot, and yeah, it really annoyed me, but he's a good player, man. He's a really good player, so yeah.
My other two midfield players, I've gone with Fernandes from Man United and Kevin De Bruyne from Man City. So two Manchester clubs, as in the two midfield players, both attacking, both can sit, both can attack. So they're pure midfield players, if I can use that term. Plenty of guile, plenty of goals. They can see a pass. They can both tackle back. They're both very good in possession. So I think that's a very strong midfield three.
And then alongside him, from Manchester City, everybody knows my thoughts on this guy. I said it in our FIFA Ultimate Team video. I think in his position, he's the best player in the world. Goals, assists, and chances galore. That is Kevin De Bruyne, KDB. What more can I say? Yeah, so what a player. De Bruyne, Grealish, and Declan Rice. Mouth-watering midfield three.
If we look to our forward line, forward three I've gone with, and it's funny because I've changed this quite a few times. Kane, it's a front three. I've gone with Harry Kane as my centre striker. We all know what Kane brings to the team, and with Mourinho slightly adapting the role he plays in the team, we've seen him drop deep, so which is good because, as I said to you, that my team will play with attacking full-back. So if he drops in, then I think the width will come from my full-backs. So he'll drop in, he'll link the play along with the midfield three that I've selected, and hopefully as well, we want him to score goals. Obviously, that's what the striker's there from.
Okay, so now we're into the last knock-ins, the top three for me. Starting on the right wing, another player that, if you watch the Ultimate Team video, you know that I rate this guy. He's fast, he's strong, he can dribble. Of late, he hasn't been at his best, but on his day, this guy is literally a world beater. Spain international, that is from Wolves, Adama Traore. What a player. And in this team, he will thrive. He will thrive. He won't even need to dribble. Kevin De Bruyne would just put him in, and he could just pace. You can give a man 20 yards head start, beat him, and just cut it back for my striker, or score if he wants. But yeah, Adama Traore, that's my right winger.
From the right forward, so this is a pure forward line, if you like. So for the right forward, I've gone with Sadio Mane from Liverpool. So we've got Kane in the centre. We've got to the right, we have Mane. We know what he can do. You know, he's another one, works hard for the team. You know, he will make recovery runs. If an empty gets forward, he will definitely track back for him if we're caught in possession. So I think they're strong that side.
We'll go to the striker. We'll go to the guy that's keeping out Dominic Calvert-Lewin. this guy is proven. He's done it. He's won the Premier League, England international, but he's retired now. His choice. Plays for Leicester. You know who I'm talking about. It's that man, Jamie Vardy. Pace, goals, problems. So yeah, he's keeping Calvert-Lewin out. And yeah, I'm sticking with that decision. I'm going with Jamie Vardy because he's got that pace. And yeah, that's Calvert-Lewin can just, you know, I'll bring him on. But yeah, Jamie Vardy, that's my striker.
And on the left side, just took a bit of consideration because I've changed it a few times, but I've gone with Jack Grealish. Another one, you know, a skillful player. We know he can assist and score goals. It's difficult to get off the ball. He wins free kicks. He can take free kicks. And I think he poses a threat, definitely. And that's my starting 11.
And last but not least, obviously, it's a Spurs player playing on the left-hand side. This guy, I love this guy. He plays with a smile on his face. He creates chances. He's very much for the team. He scores goals. International, obviously. Yeah, what a player. And that is Heung-min Son. He just fits in nicely into this team, and him, Vardy and Traore as my front three, I'm liking that. And the 3 players behind them, I'm liking it as well. And the 4 players behind them, I'm liking it as well. And the goalkeeper, yeah, I like that as well. So anyway, yeah, that's my team. Now we're just going to recap. I'm going to go quickly through the squad. I hope I don't forget. Substitutes. Burnley, Nick Pope is my goalkeeper. Sheffield United, Jack O'Connell is my centre-back. Leeds United is Luke Ayling as my full-back. Arsenal is Thomas Let's Have a Party. West Brom is Mateus Pereira. Newcastle United is Alan St. Maximin. Crystal Palace is Wilfred Zaha. Everton is Dominic Calvert-Lewin. And who's the last sub? The last substitute is Ademola Lookman from Fulham, sorry.
So, to reiterate, Pope in goal, Burnley. Right back, Lamptey, Brighton. Left back, Saka, Arsenal. 2 centre backs, Willy Bolly of Wolves, Thiago Silva of Chelsea. Holding midfielder, Declan Rice of West Ham. 2 midfield players comes from the 2 Manchester clubs, as we said. Kevin De Bruyne, Man City, and Bruno Fernandes, Man United. My strike force will be Harry Kane, central striker. Sadio Mane, right side, and Jack Grealish from the left side. And that's my Premier League 11. Come on. Let's see how they get on.
Team, Manchester United, goalkeeper, David De Gea. Right back, Brighton, Tariq Lamptey. Right centre-back, Southampton is Yannick Vestergaard. Left centre-back, Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk. Left back, Chelsea, Ben Chilwell. Defensive midfield, West Ham, Declan Rice. Centre midfield, Manchester City, Kevin De Bruyne. The other centre midfielder, Aston Villa, Jack Grealish. Right wing, Wolves, Adama Traore. Striker, Leicester is Jamie Vardy. And left wing, Tottenham Hotspur is Heung-min Son. So yeah, that wraps up our hashtag 1 from each team. Hopefully you guys will put your 20-man squad in the comment section below. And also, you can vote as to whose team or squad would come out on top out of mine and Davies. I'd just like to say happy Christmas, happy festive period, happy New Year, and I know it ain't been a great year. I hope that everybody's enjoyed it as much as they could, and I mean that. I would like to say thank you to all of our subscribers on both channels, all of the views, people that are you know, taking time out of their day to watch the videos, the likes, shares, and yeah, I appreciate everything that you know, you are watching the channel, clearly. The West Ham channel, the views is decent, man. Like I'm impressed with the views. Obviously, I'm putting in a lot of work with the filming and editing, but the views are, I'm happy with the views. So thank you to everybody for that. I'm just going to sign out for the DBXL channel. We know what it is. If in life, anything you do, if at first you don't succeed, do better next time. And for the Hammers fans United, if you have any dreams, any aspirations, any goals, stay on track, do what you got to do, put in the work, invest in yourself, don't let no one deter you, and most importantly, don't let no one burst your bubble. Come on, you Irons.